keeps me from my winter hell. I've got candles and candy, I can be your daddy if you only let me creep into your prison cell. Hey baby, can you tell I'm not a criminal? Your choice is seminal. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will others say, just find your way and try to stay true. Just speak low, stand in your row, try not to show this life's a show. Try not to glow way down below. Oh, it's a lot of woe, and that's not a place where you would like to go. I've got cigarettes and brandy, which could come in handy if you just help me loosen up my hand grenades fuse. Baby, don't refuse my truth, but it's up to you not to choose. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will others say, just find your way and try to stay true. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will others say, just find your way and try to stay true, 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 true,
Hey, you guys, how are you? I hope everybody is doing all right. It's Thursday. The weekend is almost upon us. We've almost made it the week after Thanksgiving. So, everybody doing their Christmas shopping, or hopefully you have it done. Hopefully everybody's not too stressed. Anyway, hope everybody's doing well. It's good to see you guys. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. If you haven't done so, do me a favor. Give your girl a thumbs up on the stream. I'd appreciate it very much. And when the live is over, if you're given the option to hype the video, do your girl a favor and hype it. I appreciate it. All right. So tonight we're just going to listen to why is his name so hard for me? Julian Williams testimony. He is the biological father of Jaxton Drew. JD is what they call him. And I felt like the best thing to do was just to play his oh, have you, Sky Flashed? Oh, good. I'm glad you're here. I thought the best thing to do in order to understand the dynamic that existed between Julian, JD, and Trinity would be to hear from JD himself. I want you guys to know also that the trial is over. Tomorrow is going to be closing arguments. It was a very quick trial. When it ended today, I was like, what? Especially after some of the things that the defense said, I thought, okay, they're going to put on more. They're going to put on, more evidence. I mean, the state rested. Did they rest today? Yes, the state rested this morning, and well, before lunch, I should say. It was afternoon, but they rested before lunch. And the way that the defense attorney was talking, I thought, especially because he said, well, we'll probably be going all the way till Friday, the end of the day, meaning that closing arguments would be probably Monday, and then it would go to the jury. Well, that did not happen. So I was really shocked at, honestly, how abruptly both sides rested. And the thing that shocked me the most isn't what I did see, but what I didn't see. There are interrogation videos of Trinity and Julian, and those were not played for the jury. Now, I don't know if that is, at first I thought maybe it's a thing that they do in Georgia. Maybe that is, the way that Georgia handles things, but no, because Leilani Simon was in Georgia, and her interrogation videos were played. So I didn't understand that. It didn't really make sense. And Skyflash makes a really good point. Skyflash said, it's so sad that dad is such a great guy who you can't even be mad at. And she was just a dumb, dopey 18-year-old. Thank goodness she never became a nurse. I mean, I agree. I mean, both of them are young. But you can't, there's going to be some testimony. Hey, Nature Rocks. There's going to be some testimony from the father. We're going to listen to it tonight. And I mean, some of it, you just kind of shake your head at, because he's a young father, and when I was watching the trial in, on Law and Crime today, and through the whole thing, I was like watching the chat, and the way the chat was so harsh towards this guy, I mean, he's a kid. And just the things that they were saying, it's kind of frustrating. I see this a lot in the true crime community. We're so quick to rush to judgment before you have all the facts. And to not even, I'm not saying that when, like in this situation, for example, her youth does not move me. I don't feel like she should get a pass. I think there are certain people, certain crimes, certain types of crimes that, quite frankly, the person will remain, in my opinion, a danger to society for the rest of their lives, and they should never walk free. And those crimes are always crimes against children, particularly when the crime against the child, the perpetrator is an adult that the child trusted, and a caregiver. And there were, those type, like, I do believe that she committed this crime. I believe she committed this crime alone. I don't believe any of the attempts made by the defense to try and point the finger everywhere else but her. I didn't buy it at all. Those texts and the medical examiner sealed her fate for me. I don't care. There was a lot of comments in the chat about her being a beauty queen and a pageant girl, and how could she? And they were actually cruel, and I was like, well, I mean, everybody's standard of beauty is different, and I don't think one thing has to do with another at all. I think that it's, it made me, I don't know, it was just kind of gross, some of the chat. And I was like, okay, whatever. Sarah says, did they have interrogation videos for the defendant? Maybe she pled the fifth and dad's might contain hearsay. Dad's definitely would contain hearsay because he would have been asked about what happened. Well, he wasn't there. So his would contain hearsay because everything that he was relaying to them would be something that she told him. And that in and of itself is hearsay. However, her interrogation video can come in. It's not hearsay. And even if she does plead the fifth, interrogation videos come in all the time. Leilani Simon pled the fifth. She didn't take the stand. Her interrogation video came in. So I'm just not sure why they didn't play, unless you mean like maybe she pled the fifth and didn't answer questions, but she did, because they referenced some of the things that she said in those interrogation videos. I don't, it was just weird. And it's an unusual way for the trial to go. And I just wasn't like ready for it. You know what I mean? Like I was expecting that there would be, we would hear from her in that way. I didn't think she would ever take the stand. It's really not a good idea ever for a defendant to take the stand. It's just not. And the only time that I would never recommend it, I'm not an attorney, but I would never recommend it. But the only time I think that you kind of have to is when if your defense is self-defense. The jury is going to expect to hear from you. And if you're saying that, you had to do like Sarah Boone. Now, if you are actually Sarah Boone or Sarah Boone-esque and you're, delusional, and you think that you're the victim when you're actually the perpetrator, and you're so delusional that you make videos of yourself being the perpetrator, but telling law enforcement that you're the victim in those videos, probably don't take the stand. I mean, terrible for your trial, but it's fascinating for the public to watch. I was fascinated by Sarah Boone's level of delusion and denial, really, and I still am. She's got trouble. Speaking of old Sarah Boone, her appellate lawyer withdrew, and she has a deadline in order, in which to file this appeal. She wrote another letter, and so I will have to go over that this weekend. We'll have to talk about Sarah Boone this weekend. And Sarah says, yes, I was asking if she refused to talk to investigators. I don't know enough about the trial. It's a very, very quick trial. And today would have been day 3 and they rested. It was really quick. But I think what really is going to seal her fate are the text messages, the medical examiners, testimony, the diary. But we'll get there. we'll get there. We're going to get there. And I still want to cover Brian Walsh's trial, because I find that one to be kind of interesting, is very interesting as well. I mean, it is a no-body crime. And so I find those to be fascinating, but I was very, very moved by this case because I just, first of all, for an 18-month-old to be murdered is abhorrent, just on its face, right? But when you hear that the only person in this trial who was there to represent little JD is his father. His biological mother is nowhere to be found. You know, it's heartbreaking. Like, I don't understand how this baby had nobody but his father. It's just sad. And she's, Neat asked earlier if there was a motive. And the motive for this crime, basically, as put forth by the prosecution, is that she just, at the end of the day, it really came down to the fact that she could not accept her boyfriend having a child by another woman. She could not accept another woman's child. So why she decided to date a man who had a child, I will never know. I don't understand that. There is, there are human beings on this planet, men and women, who cannot, for whatever reason, does she now have a new lawyer? Oh, good. Fantastic. I wonder how long this one will last. There are people in this world who just, for whatever reason, cannot accept a child that is not their own. And yet, it boggles my mind how they always seem to be with people who have children. Letitia is a perfect example. Letitia wanted Al. She didn't want Gannon and Lena. She didn't want those children. She wanted Al to accept Harley as his own, but she did not want to accept Gannon and Lena as her own. And the only reason that she even helped Al get custody really was because it was, a in your face it was a snub to Landon. That's it. And I'll never understand. I will never understand why they end up with people who have children if they don't want to raise other people's children. I mean, it's a very, that's, I'll never understand that. So you think Donna regrets not taking the stand? Maybe she does. I do think that she is also delusional enough to believe that she would have been able to convince the jurors that she had no part in this. I do think, I do think that she's ridiculous enough to believe that. So I'm sure she has regrets. I'm sure she has a lot of regrets, but I bet none of them have anything to do with the regrets she should have, the guilt she should feel. It's all, about her and how, what she did impacted her. These were her choices. So, yeah. All right. So let's start. Let me add this to the stream. Let's watch Julian's testimony and then see where we are. Okay, does that sound like a plan? All right, here we go.
But I'm gonna let the deputy go ahead and start.
It's going to be lengthy, and I mean, I'm ready. I just need just a moment to move these exhibits off from here and get the next set ready. Yeah. So.
It's Julian Williams.
Yeah, the state called Julian Williams next.
I have to say, just right off the bat, this judge has an extraordinary level of patience for this prosecutor. I find him and his approach, he's just too all over the place for me, and it gives me anxiety, actually. I do. He gives me a little anxiety. I'm not going to lie. I find he's very difficult, but we're going to try to get through it. And we're also going to speed him up just a little bit because I need to. Sorry. I can't with him.
You swear that the evidence you give in this case to be the truth, so help you God? Yes, sir. Have a seat.
All right, here we go.
What is your name?
Julian Williams.
And how do you spell Julian?
Julian.
I-N or I?
Julian.
I-A-N. So sort of the normal spelling, or the
Yes.
conventional spelling, right? Gotcha. Okay. Where do you live, Mr. Williams?
Colquitt, Georgia.
And how long have you lived in Colquitt, Georgia?
My whole life.
Who do you live with in Colquitt, Georgia?
I live with my sister,
And what's her name?
Ashanti Burr.
How did it come to be that you and your sister were sharing a house there in Colquitt, Georgia?
It's my mom's house. My mom got sick with cancer, and she couldn't be around my son, so we bought another house, and she stayed probably 10 minutes down the road.
Okay, so was your mom living there with you and your sister before she got sick?
Yes.
And after your son passed away, why would your mom not move back to your house?
She was already sick, and she wanted to stay in Damascus.
So she was living in Damascus?
Yes.
Has she since passed away?
Yes, October 14, 2024.
So you lost your son in January of 24 and then your mother in October?
Yes, 9 months apart, exact date.
How old is Ashanti Burr?
She's 23,
And how old are you?
25,
What's your birthday?
July 10, 2000.
Where do you work?
Store machine in Bainbridge, Georgia.
Steward Machine?
Yes.
That's that S-T-E-W-A-R-D?
Yes.
Okay. What is Steward Machine? What kind of business is that?
It's welding business and paint business. We it's taking like for the state federal job. We build bridges and dams.
And how do you build bridges and dams in Bainbridge, Georgia, to put somewhere else?
The bridges we tear down and put them on. They go by semi-load, and for the dams we ship them out on the water.
There's a river that runs through there,
Yes.
right? And
That's correct.
It's navigable. I mean, they
Yes, sir.
can send stuff down to the port, and I guess probably all the way to Savannah, can't they, or
Yes.
to Florida?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so what is your job at Steward Machine?
I'm a painter.
Okay, how long have you worked there?
Maybe 2.5 years.
When you and your mother and your sister were living together in Colquitt, who, if anyone, was the primary wage earner?
Me and my mother before she got sick.
And now that it's you and your sister living there, who is the primary wage earner in that household?
Me.
What's your sister do?
She's in college right now.
Who is Romeo Angeles?
It's my son.
Okay, so now he is going to explain the name situation and how all of that came to be, and also how JD came to be. Okay, it's a little convoluted, so if you need me to stop and explain, or you have questions, just let me know in the chat and we'll go through it. We'll break it all down. Let me fix this. I don't like this down here. All right, here we go.
He born?
June 25th, 2022.
And who's his mother?
Shayla Alondra Angeles Garnica.
Did you know that Shayla was pregnant with your child before the baby was born?
Yes.
And were you in contact with her? Were you
Yes.
sort of being kept in the loop, as it were?
Yes.
When you found out that the baby had been born, what did you? Let me ask you this: where was she when the baby was born?
She was in Tallahassee.
When you found out that the baby had been born, what did you do?
I was staying in Dothan at the time. I left Dothan and went to Tallahassee.
Okay. And when you went to Tallahassee, what did that involve? I mean, you're going to see your baby's just been born. I mean, what did you do? Who did you see? What did you do?
I went to see her, see him, and she said she haven't named him yet, so we came up with a name.
Okay, so y'all talked about that together,
Yes.
a name?
Yes.
Okay, and what did y'all settle on as far as the name goes?
Jaxton Drew Angeles.
Okay, Jaxton Drew, like Jackson.
Jaxton.
Jaxton, like
Yes.
Jaxton.
Yes.
Okay, and Drew spelled how?
DRU.
DRU?
Yes.
Okay. And did you believe that Jaxton Drew was going to be the baby's name?
Yes.
Did you find out at some point that wasn't his legal name?
After he was deceased.
Did you ever have a copy of his birth certificate?
No. No Social Security card.
Who had those things?
His mother.
Did you ask for them?
Yes, several times.
Did you have any way of getting them without going through her?
No, because my mom looked it up in the system. She couldn't find Jaxton Drew, so couldn't find it.
And who did the baby live with? Y'all called him JD, right?
Right.
That was the name that what he actually was called,
Yes.
right? Who did JD live with after he was born?
With his mom for like maybe 2-3 months. But in between that, I get him every week.
Okay, so he lived with his mother, but you got him every
Week or two.
every other week?
Every other week.
Every other week, okay. Was there a time when the custody arrangement changed in some way?
Yes, when she said she was going to Mexico.
Now, why would she have been going to Mexico? Do you know?
It was for she got another kid. Her kids all in Mexico, and the birthday I think is in November, and she was leaving and said she'd come back in like January. And she asked could she take him, but I said no, I'll keep him till you got back.
So is she Mexican?
Yes.
Okay, and so she was going to go to Mexico, and that was when, if you remember. Late October, early November. Okay, October or November of 2022. Okay, so JD would have been 4 or 5 months old, 4 months old.
Yes.
Okay. And then when she told you she was going to Mexico, and you told her that you didn't want her to take your son to Mexico, what did she do?
She told me I can come get him, so I went to Tallahassee and got him.
After you went and got him in Tallahassee, did you keep him more or less from then and for the rest of his life?
Yes.
Did he see his mother again?
Maybe
Or
3
did
times.
she see him?
maybe 3 times.
Okay. How was it that she saw him later after you were the primary custodian?
I brought him to him. He had to go to the doctor, and she told me to bring him to him.
So you would take him
To Tallahassee to her, and he had a doctor's appointment the next day.
So she, at that time, was arranging the doctor's appointments
Right.
for him. And do you know why she would have been the person who was arranging the doctor's appointments?
I don't know. She wouldn't give me none of his medical records because he was down there with me.
So, okay, this is he, bless his little sweetheart, is not legally recognized as this baby's father. He's not on the birth certificate. So in order for him to do anything with this child, like doctor's appointments, his birth certificate, his social security card, any of that stuff, to get him on Medicaid, even to get him on insurance, would require all of that. And he had none of that. So he was driving from Georgia to Tallahassee, Florida, so that the next day the baby could make his doctor's appointments. And I'm going to tell you guys, I'm just going to give you a spoiler alert because nobody prepared me for this, even though there was hints of it, just from the opening statements, but I'm going to prepare you for the cross-examination and then for the trial to come. There are points where the defense attorney, and I understand that it's his job. I don't got to like it. I understand it. I still don't have to like it. Really casts aspersions on this young man. And he is young. 25 is young still. His frontal lobe just barely got completely formed.
So you didn't have his medical records?
No.
If he had been covered by a state insurance policy, like in Georgia it's called Peach Care. If he'd been covered by an insurance policy in Florida, would that be reason that she would have been the person who had to make those arrangements and so forth?
Yes, I guess so.
Okay. You don't really know?
No, I don't.
But she didn't give you the stuff that you needed to do
No, sir.
yourself? And you said you took him down there 3 different times, if you
Yes.
could recall, for him to see her and go to the doctor?
Yes.
Do you know when the last time was that happened, or do you remember when the last time was that he saw a doctor in Tallahassee?
I know. I say it was like 9 months. Now I think a year old. I think she came and got him right after he turned 1.
Okay. So when he was a year old, that was, as far as you know, that was his last
time seeing her,
doctor's
yeah.
appointment. If you were working, who was taking care of JD at your house in Poague?
My sister.
And I guess, for lack of a better way of phrasing it, was she the sort of the primary caregiver for the child at
Yes.
that point?
I don't think so. Neat says, do we know if the baby's mom didn't come back because of her legal status? I don't think so. And here's why. I wondered that same thing. But she did go back and forth. If she took him to his year-old visit and he was born in July, and she wanted to go to Mexico from November until January, she had to have come back. I don't know why she didn't come to the trial. I don't know what the deal is there. I don't know. But I don't think it has to do with her status.
Yes, because I worked all the time.
Did you know Trinity Poague?
Yes.
Was there a point in time that you became involved in a relationship with Trinity Poague?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me sort of when that started, how that when and how that was initiated?
It was a on and off thing prior, but then we officially made it. Started dating in June of 23.
June of 2023?
Yes.
And in June of 2023, you would have been, 22 years old?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Do you know how old she was?
18.
Were you each aware of the other's age?
Yes.
After you started dating Trinity Poague, from June forward, what was the state of your relationship? Generally, what was generally the state of your relationship?
We had our ups and downs.
Do you recall how long you had been dating before you actually introduced her to your son, JD?
It was like way before we started dating. I introduced him like before we even started dating.
So before she ever started dating you, she knew that you had a son?
Yes, correct.
Had she met him? Had
Yes.
you seen him?
Yes.
After you started dating, were there occasions when she was in the presence of your son, or your son was in her presence?
Yes.
Okay. What were the circumstances under which she and your son would be in the same place, same time?
Like usually when I'm with him, when she was in college, I come see her and stuff with him sometimes.
Okay. So you came to Americus to see her?
Yes.
And sometimes he came with you?
Yes.
When he came with you to Americus, who was responsible for taking care of him? I mean, for changing his clothes, changing his diapers, getting him dressed, giving him baths, feeding him, those sorts of things.
Either or, either one of us either do it.
So she sometimes
Yes.
participated in that or
Yes.
helped in that?
Yes.
But was she expected, or did she have to?
No, she didn't have
do
to.
that all the time?
No,
Did she have to do it at all?
not at all.
From your observations of her with JD, what was your impression of her relationship, or her view of her relationship with JD?
It seemed pretty good. Like she was always like happy around him and stuff. So I thought it was pretty stable, decent.
Had she at any point ever specifically told you that she, how she quote really felt about your son?
She said it then. She said it maybe once or twice. Like she don't know if she could be with somebody that with a son. Then maybe 2-3 hours later, she's fine and like, I'm sorry.
So there were times that she expressed some reservations, like that she didn't know. You said that she would send messages, or she would say something like a couple of times that she didn't know if she could be with somebody who had a kid by somebody else,
Yes,
right?
and she also say like she would treat him like that's her own.
And so besides those times when she expressed to you some reservations like that, did you ever observe anything about her behavior, her conduct, her attitude towards JD when you saw them together?
One time it was like a little incident. I addressed it. It was fine since then.
Okay. What was that?
It was November. In November, right before she. I think I went to work. I left with her like for the first time. I went to work and she texted me and my sister said she was cleaning up or whatever, and JD ran up behind her and she didn't see him and accidentally hit him with the drawer.
Okay. So in November of 2023.
Yes.
She said that she how was it that I'm sorry, let me back up, scratch that, I'm gonna start over. What did you say a moment ago that led to her being in charge of him at that time? Where were y'all? What led up to that?
I had to work that day and she was like, I'll keep him or whatever.
So were you here in Americus?
Yes, I was in Americus.
And the baby was with you?
Yes.
And so why would she keep the child for you to go to work as opposed to you just taking the child back home to Colquitt and leaving him with your sister or whatever, you know, as you might have on a normal work day?
She told me to leave him and just come back up.
So basically, she was going to keep him so that you could work and come back here the next day or whatever. That night,
yes,
or that evening. So you said that she sent you and your sister a message saying that what about the baby?
It was like a little bruise on his eye because supposedly she was cleaning up and opened the drawer and he ran up behind her and in the drawer hit him.
Okay. Let's unpack this a little bit, shall we? Because this is a huge red flag. Okay. But I've got 4 children and 3 grandchildren. So, he had a black eye. I raised 2 of the most wild and out boys on the planet, I think. One time they were in the backyard playing, and I had gone in to get their cups so they could get, for drinks. And the backyard and the was right off the kitchen, so I could see. And at the very, very back of the backyard, I guess, apparently, I did not know this, there was a brick. And my oldest son threw it up in the air. Why? No idea. They were probably, I don't know, 4 and 5. And it fell down and it hit my youngest son on the top of the head. And if anybody's ever had a kid who's hit their head and bled, it bleeds and bleeds and bleeds and bleeds and bleeds. And I thought for sure we were going to have to go to the emergency room because of all the blood. It turns out it's a very superficial. It could have been so much worse. But things like that happen with children. But a black eye, I don't know how he would run up behind her. If she's in between the drawer, there's no scenario that makes sense in my mind how this could happen. Okay? Because if she's cleaning up and he ran up behind her and she didn't see him, that would mean that he's literally behind her, that she's in between the drawer and the child. So how did the drawer hit his head, hit him in the face? That doesn't make sense to me. And I'm not going to criticize this guy because I'm sure he took her at her word. But because people do. I think the reason I don't take people at their word when it comes to children is because I've seen too much true crime. So, I'm very jaded in that way, and I'm always side-eyeing, and I side-eye until I'm given a reason not to side-eye, if that makes sense. I'm not one of those people who's like, I'll trust you until you give me a reason not to trust you. No, not when it comes to children. Nobody is to be trusted. You have to earn that trust.
Okay. And she said that caused a bruise over his eye.
Yes.
When you came and picked up, or back up, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. When you left work that day, what did you do?
I came back and got him.
Okay. Did you end up staying in Americus?
I think I went home.
Did you see any other injuries on the child at that time?
At that time, I just seen the little bruise above his eye.
So S. Hockett, it's good to see you, by the way, says, I worked at a daycare and had 9 toddlers. One darted behind another on the swing and busted her lip. Her parents were furious. I'd never felt so horrible. Yes, absolutely. I mean, things like that happen with children, but it's not that the child got hurt in her care. That's not where the red flag comes in for me, because kids fall all the time. That happens. Like I said, I've raised 4 of them. When I was pregnant with my oldest son, I worked in a daycare. I saw what toddlers were capable of. It's the story. The story doesn't make sense. If she didn't see him because he was behind her, then she would be in between the drawer and the child. So how did the drawer hit the child? That's all I'm saying. It just doesn't make sense.
I mean, how closely did you look? I mean, did you know?
I observed it and I looked. It was like I touched it and it didn't bother him or nothing.
Did you ultimately accept her explanation as to what had happened?
Yeah, she was like, I confronted her about it. Then she got all mad. Well, not mad. She got like started crying and stuff like she was sorry and she would never hurt him and stuff.
Do you recall any?
And I remember this testimony vividly because I was watching the chat when this happened, and that they were all over him. And that there were not the whole chat, but there were a lot of people who were they were just livid. How could he believe her? All of these things, and I try to keep in mind, first of all, his age, the fact that he's a first-time dad, and I'm looking at the situation as at my age. I'm almost, God, I can't even believe I'm saying this. I'm almost 49 years old. I have a hell of a lot more life experience than this kid. And I have a hell of a lot more experiences, you know, as a mother, as a parent, with children. And I can see where he would want to believe her. And we do definitely, like as Hockett said, we definitely learn as we go. And Preschool Granny says, I've done daycare for my 3 children's entire life and don't understand this. I don't I think a lot of it where obviously hindsight is 2020, but she did tell this guy many times in many different, on many different occasions that she struggled with the fact that JD belonged to another woman, that this was not a child that they had together. And, I hate that this happened. This is, and like, once again, the world is robbed of a child's potential. We have no idea what this little boy was going to do with his life, who he would have become, and what he would have contributed to the world. We'll never know, because she took that from us, and she took him from his family. But I do think something that we as a society need to do a better job with is, and I understand you can only do so much when your children become adults. You can only advise them so much. They're either going to take your advice or they're not, but sometimes parents have to step in, and that's just facts when it comes to their grandchildren. But my point is I think that when we become grandparents, it's our job to impart things that we have learned through life experience and parenting and all of that to our children. And one of those things is, this starts before they even have kids. This starts young. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them, and believe them the first time. If somebody tells you that something that is permanent in your life that you cannot change is a deal breaker for them, believe them. Don't And even if they change their mind, I wouldn't be so quick to take them back or believe them, particularly if that deal breaker is the fact that you have children already or a child already. You're always going to have that child. They will always be your child. They're a permanent fixture in your life. And if it's a deal breaker for the other party, my advice would be the first time they tell you it's a deal breaker, freaking believe them. That's not the relationship for you, and you're not the relationship for them, for your child's sake. The truth hurts, but it is the truth.
Other time that, but not the last time, but other than November, you recall any other time that the child was hurt or injured while she was keeping him?
No, sir.
Did you ever see her do anything, in your presence?
No.
Did she ever do anything that you thought was violent or
No.
whatever?
Like maybe raise her voice, like if you get into something, but that's about it. She didn't do anything else in my presence.
What about you, Mr. Williams? Did you beat your youngin?
No, sir.
Did you ever hit him?
No, sir. Like a little pop, and that's about it.
Okay, when you say like a little pop, tell me what you're talking about.
On
What
his
do you mean
hand.
by that?
Like tell him no, like that. Just on his hand.
Okay.
There's going to be testimony that comes later. I can't remember if he mentions it or not. I don't think he can, because I think it's something that came from other people. But when her roommate testifies at college, she even noted how, and this is another thing we definitely need to teach our children. Yes, you must watch the other adult and how they are with your child, but you should also equally watch the child and how the child is with that other person, because there's going to be a couple of witnesses, I believe. I know for sure the roommate testifies that JD he didn't want to be around her. He cried. He was unhappy. He gave a ton of signs. And it's sad that we have to talk about it, but this is a very messed up and unfortunate situation. And the fact that there's a loss of a child is terrible. Obviously, I think that goes without saying, although I do have to say it because it's YouTube and you know how people twist your words. So I have to be very clear. But JD gave signs that she was not good, that he did not like her. And I think in his own little way, he's only 18 months old. He couldn't really verbalize, she's mean to me. She's, he's too little. And that's why, it's important that we not only watch the adult around our child, right, or our grandchildren, around children, watch children. Children let you know, not always in a very direct way. They're not going to come to you, particularly if they can't talk yet. And even if they can talk, they don't always express it in a conventional way. They're not direct, but they do give signs.
How many times do you reckon you popped his hand?
Not maybe a handful of times.
Was that something that happened every day?
No.
Every week?
No.
Did you ever do anything to the child that caused your child to be injured
No.
in any way?
No, sir.
in January of 2024, did you come to Americus to see Trinity Poague?
Yes.
Let's talk about the week of, this would have been, like Monday would have been, say, January 8th, if my internal calendar is right. So, like the week of January 8th.
Okay.
Tell me what happened that week in terms of you seeing her at here, there, or wherever you were.
I came up, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday. I came and we ate, and that was it for the day. Then the next day, I left. Then I came back the same day.
Did you stay with her when you came up, whatever day that was, Wednesday
Yes.
or Thursday?
I think, yeah, Wednesday I stayed with her.
Okay. What was going on between y'all during that time frame, that week?
We argued the night I bought a hotel. I think it was on that Thursday.
So Thursday night you paid for a hotel,
Right.
in Americus? Mm-hmm. Where'd you get a hotel room in Americus?
I think it was at the Hampton.
Hampton Inn?
Uh-huh.
What did y'all do when you got back here from work? Were you working that week?
I think so.
Okay. So when you got back to Americus from work, what did y'all do on that Thursday when you were saying when you had a room at Hampton Inn?
I think we went to eat. Then she came to the hotel. Then we got in an argument. Then she left. Then in the process of her leaving, she got back up to the dorms and stuff, and she texted me and said she wrecked. So I leave and I come and she didn't wreck. I guess it was just to get my attention or something.
Okay. So she left the hotel, went to the dorm, and she told you that she'd had a wreck.
Correct.
And what did you do?
I left and went to find her.
And you said that she had not had a wreck.
Correct.
Red flag number 11,000,000,001. She's a liar. See, this is, I don't know. I know that it's because I'm older, and my level of what I'll tolerate, the older I gets lower, lower, and lower and lower. But to me, and this is something even I had when I was young, okay? If you lie to me, you then become a liar. And I have zero and have always had zero patience for a liar, especially when it's somebody that I care about. Because to me, the way that I take lying is, especially when it's somebody that I care about, is that you think that because I care about you, I'm stupid, and you can use that to manipulate me, and I'll believe what you say. And it's like an insult to my intelligence, and it pisses me off more than anything. And so I don't understand what he saw in her that would make him really want to continue this relationship. I mean, she's not the mother of his child, so they don't have to try to make it work for the child's sake. I just, but he's young and he put up with it.
So what happened from there on Thursday?
From there, she went back in the dorms, got her stuff, and she came with me.
So she ended up going back to the hotel with you?
Correct.
All right. So then Friday, what happened on Friday? What did you do on Friday in relation to you and her, in relation to each other? What did y'all do?
I think we got up. I think we had a long conversation or whatever. Then said we'll fix things. We went and ate Zaxby's. Then I think I went home.
So you went home on Friday?
Yes.
Did you end up coming back to Americus that week?
Yes, Saturday.
Okay. What prompted you to come back to Americus on Saturday?
Saturday, she texted me and said, let's go eat. I said, where you want to eat at? I can meet you halfway. She was like, let's meet in Albany at Chipotle. I said, okay, cool. Let me go get dressed. She's like, bring JD. So I said, okay. I said, you sure? She's like, yeah, bring JD.
So she suggested that y'all get something to eat.
Correct.
And then you told her that you had JD.
Yes.
And her response was
Bring
just
JD.
to bring him?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were going to go meet her in Albany at Chipotle.
Correct.
And what happened when you got to Albany?
I met at Chipotle. We walked in, and they was playing. I had them in my hands, and they was playing or whatever. Then she got them. Then Chipotle didn't have nothing like on the menu or whatever. So we went to walk out, and they was in front of me. So I hold the door for them, and another couple were walking in. So I had the door, and JD didn't see me, so he made a whining noise like he couldn't see me. So he started crying. I got him. She got a little attitude, and then got in her car. Then she said, "We're going to Sephora, the makeup store." Then I followed her to the makeup store. Then went in the makeup store, and she got what she wanted. Then when we got out the makeup store, she was like, "Let's get him something to eat." I said, "Okay, cool." Then I put his. She told me to put him in her car, so I got him out of my car.
Why did she tell you to put him in her car?
She wanted him.
She wanted what?
Wanted him to ride with her.
Why? Did she give you any explanation? Did she say anything about it?
No.
Were you drunk?
No.
Had you been drinking?
No, I poured a cup. So I put him in her car.
Okay, so had you been drinking when he was in the car with you?
No.
So then she said that he could ride with her.
Correct.
And y'all went from the makeup store
To McDonald's.
to McDonald's. What'd you do at McDonald's?
I parked to the side, and they ordered food and got it. And after we left there, we went to Kangaroo to get gas. I filled up our car, put gas in my car, and I went to Americus.
Did you order food for JD at McDonald's?
Yes, she did.
Did he eat?
She said he had a couple fries. That's about it. But he ate before I picked him up from my sister at my house.
All right, so you got food, or she got food there for him. Did y'all not sit down at McDonald's and eat? Or?
No. It was already late, so we was trying to get back to Americus.
Okay. So he was in her car,
Correct.
and she was giving him food in the car.
Right.
And she said he ate a couple of fries, and that was about it.
Right.
No, neat. Okay, it took me a minute, and I think this gets explained on cross. But he took. Neat said, did they each have a car seat in both of their cars? No. He took the car seat out of his car, put it in her car, and put the baby in her car. And they glossed over it really quickly, but I think it's going to come up again on cross. The allegation is that he had been drinking on his way up to meet her. And that is why she wanted JD to ride with her. But he kind of skips over that. He said something about pouring a cup. And I think there might be some more clarification during cross-examination.
Then he was asleep when we got there.
He was asleep.
Yeah,
He fell asleep.
Yeah, when we got to Americus.
So you got to Americus Saturday night.
All right.
You know what time approximately?
It's like maybe 10:30, maybe between 9 and 10. I say 10:30 at the latest.
If the video from the dorm shows y'all walking into the dorm at 10:06 on Friday night, on Saturday night, do you have any reason to disagree with that?
No.
Does that sound right?
Yeah, approximately, yes.
Okay. So you get to the dorm, and you go in, and what happens when you get inside?
I take a shower, then I blow the air mattress up, then
Okay, where's the air mattress? Where's the air mattress come
at the
from?
foot of our bed.
Okay. All right, so you blow up the air mattress and you put it where?
At the foot of our bed.
And what were y'all sleeping arrangements?
Usually like one of us sleep on the air mattress with him, and the other one sleep in the bed. Because the bed was too tall for him, so we never really put him on the bed unless we was both in there in the bed.
So that night, who was laying on the air mattress with him?
Trinity.
What did you do after you lay down on the bed?
I was watching TV, then I eventually fell asleep.
Do you know if JD was asleep or awake when you fell asleep?
He was asleep when I woke up. I think I woke up again like 2, and they were asleep. And because I looked at my phone, she was doing his hair like 1 something, and they were asleep so I went back to sleep.
Okay. So you went to sleep and then you woke up.
Yeah, about 2 in the morning.
You said at like 2?
Yes.
And she was asleep?
Yeah, they were both asleep on that mattress.
I still cannot get past how he was allowed to be there and the baby was allowed to be there in a dorm room. Like how they never got caught.
He sleep into the next morning.
And how that was not an issue. And the reason I say that is because there's going to be testimony from one of the girls that lived across the hall from her. And she says that she heard the baby crying all the time. And I feel like that's got to be against some kind of a rule. And I'm just surprised that they never got in trouble for it. Like, this was not, a one, like this wasn't just this one time. There was an air mattress already there because it happened so much. That just kind of surprised me.
Oh, it's about like 9:30, 9:45.
So sometime after 9?
Yes.
When he woke up Sunday morning, what was his condition? What was his demeanor, his behavior?
It was fine. Like about 9, Trinity heard me on my phone. She got in the bed with me. She was still sleeping. Then when he go reaching for somebody, he'll make a noise trying to feel for you. And then I went down there to get him and put him between us, and he was fine. Then I laid him on my chest, and he was fine. Then they're like, "What y'all want to eat?" Then she's like, "Pizza." So I ordered pizza. Took a shower. I think me and her took a shower. We took a shower then.
Okay, you stop right there. I'm gonna come back to that point right there in just a second. Okay, but I want to clarify a couple of things. Okay, so you said that she woke up and she got into bed with you.
Yes.
And
Hey, Lil D, good to see you. It's been a minute. How are you doing? It's so sad, isn't it? We're behind on this trial. So this is really only day 1, but I just thought it was so important to hear. There were only 2 people there at the dorm that day when this happened. Him, which is Julian Williams, he is JD's father, and Trinity. So I just thought we should spend, like tonight, going through his testimony completely, because it is important since he was there. And, he also is, he understands and can talk about the dynamic that existed between the 3 of them, being, him, Trinity, and JD, the baby, and then the dynamic that existed between Trinity and JD,
JD was still asleep on the air mattress.
Yes.
Okay, so then you said that you heard him. What happened that caused you to pick him up?
He make a noise before he start crying. He feeling, because usually he like sleep right up on you. So he feeling for somebody then. So that's why I went down and got him.
Okay, so you picked him up. You said you went down there and got him. Was it you or was it her that picked him up?
Yeah, it was one of us. I think it was probably her, I want to say.
Okay, so she got him, and this is at 9 o'clock or 9:30 the next morning.
Yes.
Sunday morning.
Yes.
And you got him and put him in the bed with you.
Yes, between us.
Or between you. Now at that point, were any of you asleep?
No.
Okay. So you were awake, she was awake, the baby was awake.
Right.
Okay. And so when he's laying there in between y'all, what did you say you did next?
I put him on my chest.
And then at some point y'all started talking about getting something to eat.
Correct.
So that's where we were a minute ago. You were telling that's where you said, and then they wanted to get something to eat. So what happened from there?
We took a shower, got him dressed, and I sat him in a chair before I got ready to leave. She gave him some Mountain Dew and like a Frito, like the barbecue twisted chips.
Okay.
And he was sitting there eating them or whatever. And I left, and when I left, I took the trash out because of what she had in there.
Okay. So you said that when she's there, after the shower, that you sat him in a chair. What chair did you sit him in?
It's pink. It's like a pink.
Okay. The chair that's like right there next to the bed?
Correct.
Okay. And somebody gave him some Mountain Dew.
Yes.
And what? Gave him Mountain Dew and what?
Frito chips, barbecue kind.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. I was trying to flip with one hand and I could have just a second.
Okay.
Bless this dadgum prosecutor's heart. I can't take him.
What kind of chips were there that you?
Frito twisted, barbecue.
Frito twisters.
Yes, barbecue.
Okay. I'm sure you once been admitted to states at 11. Can you see what you're talking about in there?
Yes, and the Mountain Dew.
Okay. The state's 10. What's this blue cup right there?
Pacific Cup. That's what the Mountain Dew was in.
Okay, there was Mountain Dew in that.
Correct.
Bless it, that poor baby. Mountain Dew. Oof, it's a lot of sugar for that little
When y'all
one.
got in the shower, okay, so you said y'all were getting in the shower. And is that when somebody put him in the chair? You put him in the chair?
Yes.
Okay, so you put him in the chair when you were getting in the shower?
Yes.
And is that when he got the drink and the chips?
Yes.
Okay, and where was he when you got out of the shower?
We're sitting in the chair, watching the show.
Was he awake?
Yes.
Did he appear to be normal? I mean, was he in the same condition he was in before?
Yes.
Can you show us the chair, prosecutor?
Did y'all get out of the shower at the same time? Or?
I think I got out right before her.
I need to see this chair.
When you got out of the shower, what did you do?
I put my clothes on.
Did you do anything in connection with JD or?
He was
with
still
JD?
sitting there, and I told him bye when she got out the shower.
And so when she got out of the shower, you told him bye.
Yeah, I said I'll be back. And he waved.
Okay, where were you going?
I went to Walmart get her some stuff for what she asked me for college, and I went to Pizza Hut.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out, Nate. I need to
let me
see
ask you,
this
did you,
damn ass chair. Where'd they put this baby while they took a shower? And what the hell is she filling out over there?
Do you remember providing a video of you in the car with JD when you were coming up from Colquitt?
Yes.
You remember giving that to the GBI?
Yes.
Okay. And who was in the car when you took that video?
Just me and JD.
And what day was that?
That was Saturday.
That Saturday. And what was my number?
Oh, for the love of Pete. Now, mind y'all, just to remind you, this girl's out on bond right now during this trial.
I'm going to tender at this time State's Exhibit 20, and I will represent the court. It is the video that Mr. Williams provided to the GBI in connection with one of his interviews, and I extracted it from the report and downloaded it onto a separate USB drive for the purpose of presenting it in evidence. And so I will represent that that's what's in fact on this thumb drive, and I will tender it 20 at this time.
Do you have any objection to 20? I assume you've received it.
I do not provide it. Indeed, that is what is on it, and I believe that it is, John. I haven't really seen it, but I know it's a tailored down from the total, but if it is what he represents, which I believe it is, I do not.
Okay.
Well, if it turns out to be something other than I just said, then I will withdraw the request to put it in evidence. Yes,
I'm sure we'll
so
have
at this
more.
time, Your Honor, I ask permission to publish 20 to.
Karen,
It's provisionally admitted, so you can publish it.
she is the secretary of her life. She looks like she's over there filling out all the requisition forms. My girl. Hey, Coffee and Skeletons. Good to see you, babe. Hey, Kelly. Good to see you. Hey, has anybody seen MK? I have not seen that man in weeks. I'm going to put a bolo out on him.
Yeah, been like a soup lady.
Let me stop there. Is this the video? Is this what I told the judge it was?
Yes, sir.
The
Look at
video
his
that you
little
provided while
shoes.
you were in the car.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You and the child, right? Okay.
Hey, Allie.
So at this point, Your Honor, having confirmed that it is what I represented, and I will play. It's not long, but I'll play the rest of it.
Been like, been like your baby tell him. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, big like
Why do I have
soup,
audio,
baby.
no video up there?
Oh, for the love of Pete.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Kelly.
Yeah. Yeah, big like soup, baby. Yeah. Big like your baby too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Were you
Yeah, big like soup.
Were you on the phone or something? You're talking while you're showing this video of the child in the back seat.
Right.
Who were you? Who were you talking? What were you doing?
I saw it to one of my friends.
Okay. Was it via? You know how you sent it?
Snapchat.
Snapchat. Okay. And at that time, to your knowledge, did the child have any injury or have any wounds, any injuries, anything wrong with him?
No, sir.
I know. Isn't he beautiful,
So
Kelly?
y'all got on up to y'all got here to Americus, went to the whole thing at the we're up to the point where you'd gotten out of the shower and you're going to go get some food. Before that, okay, when you were there in the bed with JD and with Miss Poague, did what number was that? Did she show you some videos of some sort?
Yes.
Hey, what were those videos of that she showed you?
She was playing with his hand. It was in her roommate's room, and she was playing with his, like redoing his hair.
Okay, so that was in. You said that was in her roommate's room.
Correct.
Okay, where was her roommate?
At work.
And were you aware that she'd gone into the roommate's room at any point?
Yes.
Okay. So why was she in the roommate's room?
Because I was going to sleep. And she said she had him and she was going to go play with him.
What?
So she wasn't going in there to put him to sleep. She was going in there
Just spend time together.
so they could be up while
Yeah.
you were going to sleep.
Correct.
Okay. And when I met with you the other day, I showed you some videos and asked you if those were the ones that she had shown you. Is that right?
Correct.
Were they?
Yes.
And Your Honor, what I would do is I'll state to the court that those videos were extracted from Ms. Poague's phone, and they were downloaded. Of course, they've all been served. I mean, everybody's seen these way ahead of now. But again, for the purpose of presenting them in evidence, I moved them onto a separate USB drive, which I'm tendering as State's Exhibit 21. And again, I will make the representation that they are complete and accurate
All right.
copies of what was given.
Do you have any objection to 21?
No objection with the same caveat concerning the changing into.
Well, what I'll do is I'll admit 21 and 20. If for some reason that changes, you alert the court.
Well, I will, yeah, the 20, I do not have objection to, it's fine.
Now that it's been played.
Okay, as I said, 20 actually has been admitted, right?
It has, but I said provisionally because it was subject to him saying that, that he agreed that was a copy of the video you identified. And what we'll do is we'll admit it, and it'll be up, if either of you do this, it'll be up to the other to let me know if it was not as represented.
Okay. So at this time then, I'm going to publish the 3 videos that are on State's Exhibit 21. And these videos, Mr. Williams, you said were done while she was in the other room, in Paris's room, right?
Yes, sir.
And you were going to sleep.
Correct.
When did you see them for the first time?
Like, see her in Paris?
No, when did you see these videos for the first time?
When I woke up the next morning.
Okay. And so these videos were made sometime during the night
Correct.
of January 13th?
Yes.
Or
During
the
14th
morning
morning, yes.
of the
Or
14th.
14th, yes.
But you don't know exactly what time? 'Cause
No.
You weren't in there when they were made?
No.
And that's one of them.
All right. We're going to watch these, and we're probably going to watch these a couple of times because, you know, look how sweet he is. I can't take it. But I'm going to tell you what my initial impression is right off the bat. I think it's weird that she's not speaking to him at all. She's not really engaged with him. It's very superficial. And frankly, it makes me uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie. There's something manipulative about this video. All right, let's keep going.
In the second one, I'm playing it this time, Your Honor.
Hold on. Let's go back and watch the first one again. All right, hang on. I find it very interesting that also that he's not looking at her. He is he's, I don't know another way to say this. I'm trying to be tactful, but he's frankly avoiding eye contact with her. This video is making me very uncomfortable. It's highly manipulative, in my opinion. And yes, Lil D, trying to act like they're having fun. It seems disingenuous. Very disingenuous.
That's what.
And yes, I was about to say that. Yes, Lil D, the way that she is shaking his hand is odd. It's rough. It doesn't look like, I don't know. You guys want to watch it again, or is it too much? I don't want to be that creator, you know, that goes back and goes over it and over it and over it and over it, because that can be, you know, a little too much. But we're one more time, because there's like 2 other videos, but they're quick. There's just something very bad wrong with this.
That's what. In the second one, I'm playing it this time, Your Honor.
It's weird, right?
Now,
What is she
This-
doing?
video was done that night while you were asleep.
Correct.
Okay, so is that what the child was wearing when he went to bed, when he woke up the next morning?
Yes.
Is that the same sippy cup that was sitting on the dresser?
Yes.
Looks a little bit green. Was he drinking Mountain Dew at 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yes.
Okay. And there was a third one. There was another one, wasn't there?
I mean, look, here's the deal. The jury is probably going to have some thoughts about giving a 18-month-old Mountain Dew in the first place, let alone at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, right? It's better for it to come out in this way from the prosecutor than it is on cross-examination. So I have to give the prosecutor that. Yeah.
And it showed him up just taking a few steps, walking. Is that right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna show that one now.
He's
What, the same one
absolutely
she showed us from
precious.
that night before,
Yes, sir.
and that's still in Paris's room.
Correct.
Does he appear in any way to be injured to you?
No, sir.
Does he
No,
appear to be behaving in any way that is different than you would normally expect him to behave, especially late at night?
No, sir.
Now,
Yes. Okay, I got to say, he is behaving a different way. He is very, in my opinion, he doesn't look like he wants to make eye contact with her, and that's very telling
What, the same
to
one
me.
she showed you from that night before?
Yes, sir.
And that's still in Paris's room.
Correct.
Does he appear in any way to be injured to you?
No, sir.
Does he appear to be behaving in any way that is different than you would normally expect him to behave, especially late at night?
No, sir.
Now, I think you said earlier that y'all had fallen asleep in the car coming up here from Albany.
He fell asleep in the car.
That's what I said. He fell asleep in the car.
Yes, correct.
So he had slept some already that night.
Yes.
Which might explain why he's still up when y'all are going to bed.
Correct.
Okay. So that Sunday morning, you left to go get pizza and stuff at Walmart, right?
Correct.
How many times did you leave did you leave the dorm room that morning?
No. When I left, I went to Walmart and a Pizza Hut.
Okay. When you left, you came out, were you carrying something when you came out?
I had trash bags. I was checking the trash out.
Why were you throwing the trash away?
It was trash. It was like diapers and stuff she already had.
Yes, Kelly. Yes. Kelly says he reminds me of Emmanuel Haro, oddly distant. Yes. Yes. It bless his little heart. I mean, he just, the vibe between him and her, between JD and Trinity, is not a good vibe. I don't know another way to say this. He looks scared of her. He does. He looks uncomfortable. And this is so Neat says she wanted to be alone with that baby. Okay. See, this is what's interesting about this. And it's going to come up. I think on Cross. And it's going to come up through texts. Okay. I don't know if she wanted to be alone with the baby. I don't, and here's why. Because she texts her college roommate, and there's an exchange between them and a conversation in which Trinity says something to the effect of, I don't know if I can do this. He being Julian is passed out. I'm ready to go. Actually, she started the text thread with, "Can I sleep in your room?" Because he was, I think the words that she used was he's passed out on the bed and JD is still up, and I'm just something along the lines of like, I'm stuck watching him, something like that. And the roommate was supposed to come in the morning and like, I don't know if I like take over or something. It's very, very, very convoluted, but we'll get there. So put a pin in that thought, Neat, because I want you to, like, when we get there, to hear the rest of this story from another point of view, and then let's revisit it and see if we still have the same opinion. Deal? All right, here we go.
Was there anything in the trash that you, or to your knowledge, heard that anybody was trying to hide or throw away?
No, sir.
I mean, dispose of in some way to keep it from being found?
No, sir.
Just regular old trash?
Regular trash.
Drink cups and bottles and wrappers and makeup wipes and
Correct.
diapers and so forth, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And this is a fair point. Neat says it's hard to tell much about what is normal with that baby. It was so late. They only fed him trash and caffeine, and he was probably tired. We don't know what JD normally acted and looked like. This is true. We don't. But at this point. I'm going to leave it there because we will learn some things later on. So that is a very valid and fair point. And I need to keep that in mind.
Were you aware that morning or anytime the day before or the day before, I mean, anytime, let's say that week, okay, were you aware of the child having bloody stool, having blood in his poop?
No, sir.
Did you change diapers?
Yes.
You know how to change diapers?
Yes, sir.
How many dirty diapers you ready to change in 18 months?
Hundreds.
And you think you would have noticed if there had been blood in his stool?
Yes, sir.
Did you see anything like that?
No, sir.
Do you know who changed his diaper Sunday morning?
Sunday morning,
Or do you remember?
after he got out of the shower, I think she changed him.
Okay. When she changed him Sunday morning, did she say anything to you about, hey, look at this, there's blood in this diaper?
No, sir.
Did she give you any reason to believe that there was anything that was abnormal about the way, the appearance of the feces?
No, sir.
What was JD physically doing at the time that you left? The time you walked out the door and you said, bye, I'll be back. What was he doing?
He was sitting in a chair watching Kateri, eating chips and drinking Mountain Dew.
What was he watching?
Kateri.
Naturia?
Kateri.
Kateri.
It's like a little kid show with birds and stuff. He was like fascinated in birds.
And I'm not going to worry about putting it up on the screen, but where in the, I think there's a shot of that.
No.
Yeah, in State's Exhibit 12.
Hold on a minute.
What,
No, sir. Put that up on the screen. The rest of us would like to see exactly what the layout was of that dorm room, and I need to see this chair. So no, don't, you do need to worry about it. You do need to bother about putting it up on the screen. Show the entire class, sir.
can you see the TV?
Yes.
Where is it?
Right there.
Okay. So you say like it's like on that, sitting on a black cabinet. Is that a refrigerator you're
Yes.
sitting on?
Refrigerator.
Right in front of the pink chair.
Correct.
Right? And that's where the TV is. So he was sitting in the pink chair looking at the TV.
Yes.
Was there anything abnormal about his?
All right, we got a glimpse of the chair. We're going to rewind it back just a second so we can see this chair. All right.
Well, can you see the TV?
Yes.
Where is it?
Right there.
Okay.
Tartar sauce. Too slow. Too fast. Hold on.
So you say like it's
Crap.
see the TV?
Hold on. Let me slow it down. I need to see this chair. I'm sorry. Please just stick with me, you guys. Because I think it's like a little like a little papasan chair.
Yeah.
See it right here, y'all? Is that what he's talking about? Y'all see that in the corner here? I think that this is the chair that he's talking about. And yes, Kelly said, I always put my baby to bed early, like 7 or 8 for obvious reasons. And also because frankly, I needed me time. I just don't understand keeping babies up like that. We're starving babies. Yeah, I put my kids to bed. They had an 8 o'clock bedtime. All right. Now let me make this back to normal speed. Excuse me, and unmute it. Okay. All right, here we
Sitting on a black cabinet. Is that a refrigerator you're
Yes.
sitting on?
Refrigerator.
Right in front of the pink chair.
Correct.
Right? And that's where the TV is. So he was sitting in the pink chair looking at the TV.
Yes.
Was there anything abnormal about his demeanor when you were leaving?
No, sir.
Oh, in that 3 minutes or 5 minutes that you got out of the shower, 3 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever ahead of her,
Correct.
you said, or I think you said a couple of minutes before she did.
Yes, sir.
Did you do anything to harm JD?
No, sir.
So you left, went to Pizza Hut and Walmart. How long were you gone?
Maybe 30 minutes.
When you went out the door with the trash bags, was that the same trip that was that the same trip out the door that you left to go to Walmart?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you didn't go in and out twice.
No.
Okay, took trash out, got in your car.
All right.
Okay, so you were gone about how long?
30 minutes.
I agree, Neat. Neat said, my kids always kept a schedule too, Kelly. It made all of our lives easier. Yes. As rebellious as I am and nonconformist as I am, a schedule was necessary for the kids. They were just happier that way. They knew what to expect. They knew what was coming. Kids like that. And it wasn't like, so rigid that if they weren't kept on, if the schedule, we deviated from the schedule, there was like, it was a big, huge deal, but they liked knowing that, every night at 7:30, it was bath time and they were in bed at 8:00, and it made everybody's lives easier, all of us. So, especially because it was me a lot by myself with the kids because my husband worked so much.
Where did you go?
I went to Walmart first. Then I went to Pizza Hut.
If the receipt in the Walmart bag, look at this. What'd you buy at Walmart?
Walmart, I got ice trays. I got Mountain Dew. I want to say Dr. Pepper. And I think it was like some cheeses or something. The duo kind.
Okay. So you stayed 16. Is that the stuff that you bought at Walmart?
Correct.
State 17 is a blow-up of the receipt or a photograph of the receipt that was in the bag. Can you read the time on there?
The time,
At the bottom.
12/14.
12/14 on what day?
January 14th.
January 14th. Okay. 12/14. Does that sound about right?
Yes, sir.
That'd have been about the time you left Walmart?
Yes, sir.
So when you were on your way back with pizza, what did anything happen? Did you get any information? Anything happen in terms of communications with Trinity?
When I was pulling back in on campus, she called me, and by the time I went to answer the phone, it hung up. So
So you're driving. You said you were on campus. Where were you on campus when she called the first time?
I was probably just finna turn in the parking lot.
Into the parking lot for her dorm?
Yes.
Okay. So, and the phone rang.
Yes.
Okay. And what did you say? She hung up?
It hung up.
Okay.
Then it was followed by another call.
Okay. When you got another call, how long was it between the first?
So, hey, Starluck Jewelry says, I was able to get so much more sleep at night due to keeping my babies on their routine. It was like clockwork. Coffee and Skeleton says, it doesn't have to be to the minute, but something the kiddos can expect. Agreed. Justified says, I had trouble keeping a schedule until I opted to be a single parent. Then it was much easier. Yeah, and this too. Sometimes the routine was actually just keeping me on task. Absolutely. And maybe that's why I'm all over the place with where it's my ADD is out of control, because I will say when I have the nuggie, she has to have, obviously she needs to eat. That's a given, but she's got to take her medicine at the same time every day. And that helps tremendously. I find having the Nuggie keeps Granny very structured, which I appreciate.
Call, the one that hung up, and then the next call.
Maybe 30 seconds, 20, 30 seconds.
And when you got that call, did she say anything to you?
Yeah, I just heard JD, JD, JD. That's all I heard.
Okay, so she's calling, but she didn't actually say.
Yeah, I guess she was saying
something's up or whatever.
It just said JD, JD, JD. That's all I heard.
You know, Karen, I was talking about this last night, and you bring up a really good point. Karen says, why would lawyers advise such conspicuous behavior, paperwork, while the child is obviously neglected? Yes, it's okay. Obviously, because this is her ex, right? You don't want to advise your client to constantly be focusing on him. He is the victim's father. After all, he is a victim of, he's a victim himself. And so you don't want your client you don't want to have your client appear to be just intently watching, so much so that it comes across as like there's, like a stare down, right? You don't want that. But conversely, you don't want her acting like she is on, working for the guy. What is the name of the place in Office Space? There, that company. And she's got to fill out the new, they've got new paperwork and they have to be filled out a certain way. She's over here looking like Roz from Monsters, Inc. Talking about, you forgot to fill out your paperwork last night. That's how she looks. That's also not a good look. I don't understand. Like, we watch these trials all the time, and it's always one extreme or the other. Either the defendant is intently watching each and every witness and staring them down, or they're acting like Roz and filling out paperwork. Like, is there no, in between? Is there no happy medium? I don't understand it. All right, let's rewind this because this is important.
So did he say anything to you?
Yeah, I just heard JD.
All the one that hung up, and then the next call.
Maybe 30 seconds, 20, 30 seconds.
And when you got that call, did she say anything to you?
Yeah, I just heard JD, JD, JD. That's all I heard.
Okay, so she's calling, but she didn't actually say.
Yeah, I guess she was saying
something's up or whatever.
It just said JD, JD, JD. That's all I heard.
Just. Well,
Is everybody still comfortable? Does anybody need a?
I need a break. Okay. This is also interesting. So when he gets to the dorm, JD is limp and he's not responsive. Okay. Which means that he was limp and not responsive when she called him. Okay. And she calls him, not 911. Now, I can only speak from personal experience, and I do have a story. It's the same story you guys have heard, before, about the time that little mini Bindi had a febrile seizure. Only I didn't know that's what it was at the time. And I could have called my husband. Sure. You know what I didn't do? Call my husband. I freaking called 911 and had emergency ambulance services on the way. In fact, they were there before he got home with the other kids. He had gone to Taco Bell.
Recess. So make sure. It's been about an hour and a half. Okay.
Well, I was looking for something in particular. I'll find it momentarily.
Oh, for the love of
Okay,
peace.
so she called, and you heard her saying, "JD, JD."
Yes.
Where were you?
I was getting out the car.
You were getting out of the car.
Yes.
Now, did you? Was there a point in there where she told you that something was terrible, that something was going wrong, that whatever?
No, not on the phone call.
Not on the phone. Okay. So when you got out of the car, what did you do?
Opened the main entrance, and I just started. I sped walk and got into the second door. I sped walk all the way to the room.
Okay, so you got out of the car. Did you have anything with you when you got out of the car?
Yes, the Walmart bags and the pizza, and I want to say it was breadsticks also.
And so you get through the door that goes onto the hall of the dorm, right?
Correct.
And did you then get some idea that something may be wrong?
No, I didn't know what was wrong.
Okay. So, but she'd called and you'd heard her saying JD, JD, so.
Yes, I sped walk there,
Okay, you mean sped walk?
like walking very fast.
Okay, so you walk fast down the hall with
Yeah.
stuff. Okay, when you went through there and you went into the room, what happened when you went in the room?
She had him in her hands. It's like he's limp. I don't know what happened. So I threw the pizza, dropped it, and grabbed him and took off.
Something tells me that when she called, not yet, Coffee and Skeletons, I haven't watched the Diddy doc. I'm going to watch it tomorrow. I had Neggy today, so obviously that's not appropriate. Something tells me that when she called him, that there was not something in her tone that indicated something was actually wrong with the child. To me, when she was saying JD, 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 I think the way her tone must have come across is, oh yes, we do, Lil D. Hold on, and I'll tell you. Her tone must have come across more as if she was calling him and maybe he was getting into something and she was like, talking to JD, not about JD. Does that make sense? Because if somebody calls you and they're panicking, you hear the panic in their voice. And I don't think he would have been speed walking. I think he would have been running because I watched him run out of that dorm room. We all did yesterday on the video. I forgot what I was going to say. Lil D. Yes, we do know the cause of death. Blunt force trauma to the head. Okay, so Justified says, I have a question. This new phone of mine has a feature by the chat bar, a red heart. Does anyone know if I can make it go away? It blocks my view of the chat. I feel dumb for asking, but I want it gone. I can make it go away, but you'll have to, I'll tell you when I make it go away. It's just for the live reaction. I'll make it go away. And then you just like refresh your chat and it should be gone. All right. I'm going to push play and, hey, Mrs. Troy, good to see you. Give me just a second.
So she has it in her hands and she said, what?
I don't know what's wrong. He's limp.
He's not.
Like he wasn't functional.
Okay. So you said you threw the pizza down. Where did you throw the pizza down?
On the bed.
And what'd you do with the Walmart bags?
I dropped it at the end of the bed.
Okay. And then what did you do?
Grab him and leave.
Okay. When you grabbed him and left, how did you leave? Where'd you go?
To the emergency room.
Did you go by yourself with him to the emergency room?
Yes.
All right, Justified. I turned it off. Refresh your chat and see if that helps, babe. Yes, coffee and skeletons. He was boogieing out of there. So something tells me that that her tone was not panicky, which is actually scary as well. It's scary what she did, and then the fact that she wasn't panicked afterwards is scary. You know what's funny? Nobody ever uses the live reactions in my chat, so I'll just keep them off. I'll just remember to turn them off for each chat or for each time I go live.
Do you recall him JD getting sick?
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm magic. What can I say? I'm magic. All right, here we go.
Yes, when I got in my car and put it in reverse, he started vomiting and foam and blood started coming out his nose and it's.
So when you said that you were in the car, where was he? Did you take time to put him in the car seat?
No, the car seat was in that car. I left him on my shoulder.
Okay,
and I patted his.
You had him on your shoulder.
Yes.
All right, and he got sick, and what did you say was coming out?
Foam, blood, throw up the Doritos chips. You could smell it all.
Stuff get on your clothes?
Yes.
Did you stop to clean up or anything before you went to the hospital?
No.
So you got to the hospital.
Probably maybe 4 minutes.
What did you do?
I took him to the emergency room.
Okay.
Now, you see how he moved with purpose? When it came down to taking his child to the emergency room, he didn't even put that baby in a car seat. And I'm not judging him for that. That is what you do. You are so intent on getting help for your child that you just go. And that's exactly what he did. But I watched him walk. We all did. We watched him walk into that dorm room coming back with the pizza and the Walmart bags, and yes, he was walking fast, but not the same way he was when he was leaving. And I just feel like there was that she wasn't panicked. Ugh. She's real scary. Hey, ATS, good to see you, babe.
You got to the emergency room. What happened?
The doctors or the nurses came back and got him, and they didn't want to let me back that just then. That's when the security said what's going on. He stepped me outside and asked me what was going on.
All right, so let me we're gonna get to that in just a second. So you said that the nurse got him. How did she get him? What did she get him?
They put him on a journey. Like they told him and put him on a journey and took him to the back.
Okay, so did she take him from you?
Yes.
The nurse took him from you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then took him to the back.
Yes.
All right. And then you said somebody came around and said something to you.
Yes.
Who was that?
A security guard.
And what was that conversation?
He asked me what was going on and what happened.
And do you? What did you tell him initially?
Initially, I told him I didn't know he was with my girlfriend. Then, when my girlfriend got there, when she got there, she said he fell off a chair.
Wasn't he ATS News? ATS News says he was a little cutie too. He was just a little button, just adorable. I don't understand people. I really don't.
So when the security guard, when you say security guard, are you talking about Lieutenant Allen from the police department? I mean, he's working there. Black guy,
Yeah.
not so big, wearing big guy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but that's who you're talking about, the off-duty policeman.
Correct.
Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So you're talking to Alan. He says, "What's going on?" You said you didn't know.
Right.
And then you said she got there.
Yes.
Okay. Where were you physically located when she got there?
Outside.
And did she come up to where Alan was?
Yes.
Where you were?
Yes.
Do you know if did she go in the hospital first? Did she come out of the hospital? Did she stop anywhere else, or do you know?
I don't know.
Did you go in the hospital and get her or anything, or were you? How did she approach where you were?
She came. I guess she just walked up. I don't know if she's seen us outside or what.
Okay, all right. So she walked up while you were talking to Alan, and what did she tell him? And what did she tell Alan while you were standing there?
He fell off the chair.
Was that the first time you heard
Yes,
of
that's
him
the
falling off a chair?
Yes.
I don't know what a vocal fry is. Justified says lately I seem to pick up more and more people who have a noticeable vocal fry, and it's irritating. LOL. I don't know what that is. Tell me so I can make sure I don't have one, because it doesn't sound like a good thing. All right, here we go.
So she says he fell off the chair, and did some other officers come up there while you were talking to Alan?
Yes.
Oh, is it like when there's a question mark at the end of every word? Like that? Ah, got it. Okay. I don't have that then. Thank goodness.
What
Okay,
did you say
good.
when she said he fell off the chair?
I said I guess he fell off the chair. I wasn't there.
So, did you have any knowledge of your own of him falling off a chair?
No.
Or him falling in the chair?
No.
Or him rolling off the bed or anything
No.
else?
I had no knowledge of that.
Okay, I'm going to have to look this up later and listen to it for myself to find out what vocal fry is. Like a gravelly tone? I don't think I have that either.
And so she walks up. Y'all have this conversation, continue this conversation with Alan, and then what happens? What y'all do next?
They let me go back and see him. Then they put me in a room.
Okay, so they let you go back and see JD.
Yes.
Now, did anything come up about you signing a release, or you signing a consent to treatment, or signing any documents, or anything come up about your relationship with JD?
Yes. I told him I was his father.
Okay. Did they require any further
No.
information from you or whatever regarding that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So you went back to see JD, and where was Miss Poague at that point?
She was still outside talking to the officers.
Did she come in
Yes.
afterwards?
Yes.
Okay. Where did she go? Where did you go when she came in to where you were?
They put us in like a room off, like out of the lobby, but it was like a room they put us in and waited to tell us the results or whatever.
Okay. So y'all were both in one room?
Yes, together.
And when you're in that room, was there? Did someone come in to tell you? Did one of the medical personnel, doctor, nurse, somebody come in to tell you what was going on?
Yes.
Okay. When they came in to tell you what was going on, were you on the phone with anyone, or did you ask them if you could call someone?
Yes, I called my cousin.
Okay. Who was your cousin?
Joni, she's a nurse.
Why did you want her to be on the phone when they were telling you what was going on with your son?
Because she was a nurse and she was like the last relative I talked to.
Was your sister there then?
No, not yet.
Was she on the way? Did
Yes.
you notify her, told her?
Yeah, she was on the way.
Okay. So you did you do anything to make it so that Joni could hear what the doctor said when the doctor came in to talk?
Yes, I put him on speaker.
And did you get a report from the doctor and she hear the report from the doctor?
Yes.
What was, I mean, if you can recall, what was your understanding of what they had found or what his condition was right then?
A cracked skull.
Was there some conversation or communication about possibly transferring him to another facility somewhere?
Yes, air flight him to Atlanta.
Did you consent to that?
Yes.
So did that ever happen?
No, when the helicopter landed at they said he wouldn't make it to the helicopter.
They said he wouldn't be able to make it to the helicopter.
Yes.
Okay. When the doctor was telling you the news about the condition of your child, was there something said by Joni that caused Ms. Poague to react in some way?
Yes.
Okay. What was it that Joni said that caused Ms. Poague to react?
You're not going to object to hearsay unless Joni's going to be testifying.
Well, Your Honor, it's not offered for the truth of the matter asserted. It's simply offered for the purpose of eliciting testimony about what Ms. Poague's reaction was to the statement. Whether the statement...
Okay, I understand your argument. This is a good time to take a break anyway for the jury, so I'm going to let you do it. We'll take this up outside of their presence while they take a break.
Okay.
So I'm going to let the jury step out until 4:10. That'll be our last break of the afternoon.
In my statement,
Hear the question, and then I'll hear his answer.
was there some statement made by Joni that caused Ms. Poague to react in some way? And he said yes. And then my question was, what was the statement that Joni made?
That's what I was going to ask you to answer that. Now that the jury's outside of the...
Oh, yes.
court.
What was the statement that Joni made?
Someone's going to get charged for murder.
Okay. And what was Ms. Poague's reaction when Joni made that statement?
She looked shocked and got up and called her parents.
Was that the first time that there had been any inference or suggestion or whatever to anybody that there might be some criminal ramifications, legal ramifications?
No, that was the only time.
That's the only time. That's
Yes.
the first time, the only time anybody say anything about legal ramifications.
Correct.
Yes.
All right. So what's your objection?
My objection is it's hearsay, Your Honor.
What Jonah said is hearsay.
Correct.
Okay.
And for
Mr.
him to
Lamb.
try to testify to what she said without her being present is hearsay.
All right, Mr. Lamb.
Well, it might be hearsay under some circumstances, but it's admissible under well, actually, I don't think it's in fact hearsay because it's not offered for the truth of the matter asserted. In other words, it's not offered to prove that somebody is going to jail for murder. It's offered to prove that Ms. Poague reacted to this statement in the fashion that she did, that she got up and walked out and to go call somebody, whatever. And it is, I mean, that's the purpose for which it's offered. It's her reaction that matters, not the truth of the statement. And I'm not trying to prove the statement true. I mean, and in fact, as it turns out, the statement was true, but that's not the purpose of it.
All right, what's your response to that, Mr.
That is the purpose of it, Your Honor. The purpose of it is to get in front of the jury that someone has said that she's going to be charged with murder, and then to try to show that she had some reaction to it. But the entire colloquy requires one to believe that that particular statement was made exactly as it was made. So it is being offered for the truth of the matter asserted that that statement was made. And then he's trying to come in through the back door and say, oh, it's only her reaction to that statement, so it doesn't matter. But in this case, it does matter because he's trying to present it for the truth of the matter asserted. If you're going to do that, it is hearsay, and you cannot bring it unless the person is going to be subject to testify, and we object.
All right, if a statement is relevant just because it was said as opposed to whether it was true or not, and then the state contends that she reacted to it in a certain way, I believe that is non-hearsay. And I'm going to look at that during our break at 801C. And I'll rule on that finally when I come back. We'll be at recess until, what time did I tell the jury? 14. Okay. All right. I'll make a final ruling on that when I get back.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we'll skip forward and see. I think it should come in front of the jury, but I also will, not an attorney, so I don't know about like Hearsay is still one of my developing skills. Let's see.
All right, let's bring the jury. Carl?
My part of long. I mean, those. I've got two.
I am going to admit the evidence. I think the statement.
Oh, damn, he's letting it come
being
in.
offered for the truthfulness. In other words, whether or not someone was going to be charged with murder, but the relevance is in the reaction if the jury finds that the reaction did occur, which makes it outside of the definition of hearsay under 801C. So I'll admit the statement. We ready to proceed? How much longer do you anticipate you'll have with this witness?
With this witness, I would guess another 10,
Okay.
10 minutes, 15 minutes.
We don't have a deadline. I would like to finish with this witness tonight if we could. But if you get in a situation where it's going too long and you need to bring it back tomorrow, we will.
I've got two other witnesses that I had just told you stay here.
Just in case.
So that, when we're finished with him, if you want us to call another witness, I'll have them. But if you're...
How long are those witnesses do you anticipate?
I don't think that either of them is going to be particularly long. I mean, those two witnesses they're two of the providers from the hospital, a paramedic and a nurse. I don't know for sure, but okay. My part of their examination, I don't think will be very long.
Well, we'll see where we are at what time it is when we're through with this witness, and then I may ask the jury if they want to hear another witness. I like to go as long as they like to go. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's bring the jury. Late like we did yesterday.
This judge is the antithesis of Judge Bev. Judge Bev was like, oh, it's 3 o'clock, we're out. That's it, that's all. She would shut it down, even if the witness was in the middle of giving a dadgum answer. She really liked to do it if the defense was in the middle of a question. She would shut it down. Not this judge. Judge is like, let's just go as long as we can, and then,
All right, Mr. Lamb, you can proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Williams, when we broke, the question I had asked you is when you put Joni on the phone and she heard the report from the doctor, did she make a comment of some sort to which Ms. Poague then reacted? And I think you said yes. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. What was the statement that Joni made when she heard the report from the doctor?
If the baby dies, somebody's getting charged with murder.
If the baby dies, somebody's going to be charged with murder.
is that correct?
When that statement was made, did Trinity Poague's demeanor or expression appear to change in any way?
Yes.
How did it change? Like what was her, her reaction to the statement, and then what did she do?
She got up and said, I'm going to call my parents.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So did she leave that room then?
Yes.
From that point forward, was there another time that you and Ms. Poague were in a room or whatever together?
No.
I want to go backwards a little bit to a couple of things that I don't think I covered in much detail. So let me go back to earlier. You said that week when you'd been in Americus and you stayed in her room and then you'd gone to work and then you came back, right?
Yes.
And then you got a hotel room on Thursday night and,
Yes.
and you told about what happened there. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so you said that y'all had been fighting or
Correct.
arguing throughout that week. Well, do you recall what it was you were arguing about?
It was an argument about she went out and she went to one of her friends or somebody else's room and they were smoking marijuana and I didn't like that.
Okay. Was part of what was going on between y'all, was there anything that was going on between y'all that had to do with her not returning some phone calls or messages or something that you had sent?
Yes, that's what she was doing. That's why she didn't answer me.
Okay. So she was at a party or something, and she was with other people, and
Yes.
she didn't answer when you called her?
Yes.
Okay. And that when you didn't hear from her, when she didn't answer, you didn't hear back from her.
I was home at the time.
I'm sorry?
I was home at the time.
Okay. But I mean, what was your reaction to that? Did that? I mean, were you upset about the fact that she wasn't responding to you or whatever?
Yes.
Okay. Did y'all Did y'all have some kind of discussion about social media credentials?
Yes.
Okay. Snapchat credentials, or was it Snapchat or Instagram or what?
We had all out each other's passwords, and I asked for an Instagram password at that time.
So y'all had each other's password?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she could log into your accounts.
Yes.
And you could log into hers.
Correct.
Okay. But was there one account that she didn't give you access to or the credentials to?
Yes, her Instagram.
Okay. Did she give you the explanation for you to have access to her Instagram account?
She did, and we just argued, and I was like, whatever, it's cool.
Y'all were just arguing about it?
Yes.
Okay. And did you do anything about the fact that she, for whatever reason, she didn't want to let you have access to that particular account?
No.
Was that part of the kind of the trying to make nice, make up, got a hotel room so y'all could, be away from the dorm and
Yes.
so forth?
Yes.
And were y'all back on better terms again?
Yes,
By the
at the
end
end of
of
the
the week?
Yes.
Had she ever told you that she didn't like JD, or that she hated JD, or made any comments like that?
She made comments, but it's like, but then like maybe a few hours, like she like always treated me like he's mine.
Did she make comments about whether JD liked her?
Yes.
What were those? What was?
She was like, I said, you got to give it time.
Okay. She said that he didn't like her, and you told her that she would have to give him time.
Yes.
Your Honor, I think that if I could have just a moment to confer with the folks at my table, please. Did you love your child?
Yes.
Did you harm him?
No.
Would you have stood by and allowed her to do so if you knew that she would or might?
No.
Thank you. That's what you know.
Cross-examination, Mr. Young?
Yes, Your Honor. Good evening, Mr. Williams. I'm T. Gamble. I represent Trinity Poague. How are you today?
Doing all right?
Two questions for you, Mr. Poague. First of all, you've testified about, I want to talk to you a little bit about when last weekend when you were with Trinity and this incident finally ended up happening on Sunday, okay?
Correct.
Now, I know, first of all, that you arrived for the time with the child. The first time you arrived was on Saturday night, correct?
Yes.
Previous to that, the time you were visiting with Trinity was without your child, correct?
Yes.
And it's my understanding that y'all have been dating since June of 2023 officially.
I'm going to just take a moment to pause because it's driving me nuts. It's like kind of glitchy. I personally think that the amount of time that she spent with that child and he still didn't like her is a huge red flag. But they didn't ask me. But you guys are here because you want to hear my opinion, so there it is.
Is that right?
Yes.
Now, you said something in your testimony when you began, though. You said, yeah, we began dating officially in June of 2023, but off and on for that. Is that right?
Yes.
I don't know why this is so glitchy. Hang on a minute, you guys. Let me fix it. It's driving me nuts. I'm going to refresh the screen. See if that helps. Tartar sauce. It went all the way back. Hold on. I know where we were, though. Give me a second. All right. Let me fix it. Put the closed captions back on. Make it full screen. All right, here we go. Let's try this again. See if this sounds
He's
better.
treating me like he's mine.
Did she make comments about whether JD liked her?
Yes.
What were those? What was her?
She was like me. I said, yeah.
I know, first of all, that you arrived for the time with the child. The first time you arrived was on Saturday night, correct?
Yes.
Previous to that, the time you were visiting with Trinity was without your child, correct?
Yes.
And it's my understanding that y'all have been dating since June of 2023 officially. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, you said something in your testimony when you began, though. You said, yeah, we began dating officially in June of 2023, but off and on for that. Is that right?
Yes, like Jaxton.
And texting, is that meaning like trying to get a relationship going?
Yeah, you can say.
How long had y'all been doing that before you became boyfriend and girlfriend?
Maybe a month or two.
So really only, if this was June, maybe April, something
Yeah.
like that. Had you known Trinity, though, for some time prior to that?
Yes.
But not in a boyfriend-girlfriend way?
No.
You first start dating, she is 18 years old, is that right?
Correct.
And at that time, were you 22 or 23?
22.
Now, when this incident happened in January of 2024, how old were you then?
23.
And she was still 18?
Yes.
Now, this relationship that you had, as I understand it, you would come quite often to her dorm and spend the night, correct?
Yes.
And you would do that during the weekday a lot of times, correct?
Sometimes.
So even though you're working out of Bainbridge, I guess y'all work all around though, right?
No, I work in Bainbridge.
You work in Bainbridge, man. So you would come and spend the night at her dorm and then get up and go back to work in Bainbridge?
Yes, leave like 5 in the morning.
Okay. But would it be common for you to at least spend the night a couple times a week on a weekday with her?
Yes, if she asks.
And that would be from August, when she enrolled in school, until that January, correct?
Correct.
And would it be fair to state at least once or twice a week from until January?
Yes.
And in addition, you usually came on weekends.
Correct.
And did you normally stay Friday and Saturday, or just Saturdays?
Probably just Saturdays.
So you would come spend the night Saturday night and then leave Sunday?
Correct.
You didn't spend the night on Sunday and leave on Monday morning?
Maybe sometimes.
So either way, it could be a one-day weekend or a
Or
two-day
2 day.
weekend?
Yes.
Was that almost every weekend?
Sometimes. Every weekend.
Well, I mean, sometime. Were there any weekends that were missed during from August until January?
Maybe one or two.
So one or two out of that whole time period you might have missed, right?
Yes.
So you were seeing it quite a bit, right?
Correct.
And we know most of the time when you came, you did not have JD with you, correct?
Correct.
So we know that when you came a couple times a week and on the weekends, that you had left the child cared for by someone, correct?
Correct.
And that would be your sister, Ms. Burr, correct?
Correct.
And so you live with Ms. Burr, and would it be fair to state that for the most part, Ms. Burr took care of JD day to day for just your regular things that need to be done for that child?
Correct.
And a lot of times she was alone with the child because you're with Trinity, correct?
Correct.
And so you were letting her take care of the child, right?
Correct.
And you testified earlier that the baby mama of this child gave you the child or turned the child over to you, whatever you want to say, when the child was 2 or 3 months old, correct?
Correct.
She said, I'm going back to Mexico, and for the most part, she was out of the picture after that, correct?
Correct.
Now, at the time that she had the child, however, this child was born, the baby mama was actually married to another man, was she not?
Yes, after I found that out after he was deceased.
But you didn't know it at the time.
No, I didn't know.
But you know it now, correct?
Correct.
And you have never legitimated the child or anything of that nature, have you?
No.
So in other words, you hadn't been legally declared to be the father, correct?
Correct.
Have you ever done a DNA test?
No.
But nobody's ever disputed you're the father, right?
No.
I mean, a baby mama admits and acknowledges your daddy, correct?
Correct.
But once you got the child, from the time that she left the child with you, am I right that you have not one time taken the child to see a doctor?
I haven't. I have to go back to Tallahassee to give it to her mom or her. She got back in like February of 23.
You're saying a couple of times you took her back to see mama and she took her to the doctor,
Yes.
is that right? Have you seen the medical records of the child that were obtained by the GBI?
No.
So you're not aware of how many times the child's had a wellness check, are you?
No.
And you don't know whether the child has been immunized for all the different things that children get, do you?
Yes, I know he got shots.
You know he got some shots.
Correct.
Do you know whether he's up to date on the shots?
He was. I know for a fact he went his 9 months in a year. I want to say.
But you know you've never taken him to a doctor.
No.
Now, on at least one occasion, isn't it true that you came to see Trinity in some fashion, y'all were meeting, or she was coming to you or you to her, in which you came up with the child without a car seat?
No.
You've never had a time when Trinity was mad with you because you didn't have a car seat?
No.
You don't recall telling anybody that?
No.
You wouldn't have said that to any law enforcement?
No.
When you came on the video that you showed, or you were shown a little bit ago, you remember that one that you made, that
Yes.
you gave to GBI? You recall that video?
Yes.
That video seems to appear to show that the car seat that the child's in is facing the same direction as you. Is that correct?
Correct.
You're aware that a child under 4 is not supposed to be forward facing in a vehicle?
No, I was not aware.
You were not aware of that. So that was not a safety concern to you?
No.
Now, on Saturday that you met Trinity, I think you testified already that y'all went to Chipotle, correct?
Correct.
And initially you told her you were coming to meet her, and she did not know that JD was going to be with you, but you said JD's going to be with me, correct?
No.
You didn't tell her JD was going to be with
No,
you?
she told me to bring JD.
Okay, so you're saying she just said bring JD.
Correct.
And that was fine with you, right?
Yes.
And that was an indication she wanted you to bring the child, correct?
Correct.
And you testified already that as far as you could tell up until this whole situation occurred, that you felt like that she was all right with the child, correct?
Correct.
And most of the time when you would bring the child around her, isn't it true if y'all went somewhere like walking in a store, more times than not, she would be the person carrying JD?
Yes, she wanted to carry him.
She wanted to.
But most of the time I carried him.
And you didn't care if she carried him, though, right?
Correct.
I mean, I've seen several pictures. They always seem to show her carrying the child, correct?
Correct.
You saw the video of y'all going into the dorm on Saturday night. She was the one carrying the sleeping child.
Yes, because I carried everything out the car.
I understand you had your hands full and you let her carry it, correct?
Correct.
But you didn't have any problem with that, right?
No.
And you hadn't had any problems with that, right?
No.
And you would feel okay with bringing the child around her, correct?
Yeah, at the time.
Now, the relationship you had, you've already described somewhat, is a volatile relationship between you and Trinity in the sense that y'all bicker and fight a lot, correct?
Correct.
And not only bicker and fight, but there would be these declarations that it's over or we're breaking up for a little short period of time, right?
Yes.
I agree, Neat says he's really reaching to paint him as a bad guy over an incorrectly installed car seat. Yes, not only that, but he's also trying to assert, without actually putting anything into evidence that that proves this one way or the other, that there was an underlying issue, or that what happened to JD that day was an accident, but it's possible that he had been injured at another point, potentially while under the care of only his father, or at some point when the sister was watching him.
Be fair to state that most of the time when one or the other said we're breaking up, that only lasted for an hour or two,
Correct.
and there was no real breakup at all.
No.
There's an old song called "Break Up to Make Up." We all kind of live in a relationship like that.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, y'all were together, then you'd say we're breaking up, then you'd say
Yes.
we're back together, right?
Yes.
And y'all had a lot of fussing going on. A lot of it was because she was not happy with what she considered to be you wanting to control everything she did, correct?
No.
You don't agree that you were requiring her to let you know where she was at all times?
No, I did not require that every time.
You didn't demand when you text her that you expected her to text back right away to know that she got the text and know what she was doing?
Yes.
You did want that, right?
Yeah.
And you wanted all of her passcodes to all of her accounts, correct?
She wanted mine first, so I gave her mine, and she gave me hers.
But you wanted hers, right?
Correct. She had one of mine first.
You didn't like it when she wouldn't give you one of them, or you thought she wouldn't give it, correct?
Yeah, she didn't give it.
And y'all fussed and fought about that, correct?
Correct.
And there were other times that y'all argued because of you being unhappy that she had gone to a party or gone someplace where there were girlfriends that had boyfriends or things like that, and you thought you was around those guys, correct?
No.
You never had those kind of jealousies?
No.
Never had those arguments?
No.
But y'all did do a lot of arguing, nevertheless, right?
Correct.
And one of the things that you also were told by Trinity to some extent was that although she was in a relationship with you, she would have preferred not to have a child because you already had a child. It was not hers, correct?
Correct.
Now, she wasn't saying she didn't like JD as much as she was saying that she wanted to have a child of her own, correct?
Correct.
And she never expressed to you, I think you told some of the people that interviewed you, she never expressed to you that she didn't like JD, correct?
No.
Now, she did express she thought JD didn't like her, right?
Yes.
And you told her, give us some time, right?
Correct.
And it's fair to state that y'all had not been around each other, or Trinity and the child had not been around each other a whole lot, even in January. They'd been around several times, but it had not been a lot of times, had it?
I'd say about at least 10 times. They've seen each other.
10 total times.
Maybe that's the minimum.
And you were comfortable with those times, correct?
Correct.
Now, when you went to the hospital that night with the child, isn't it true that when you saw the hospital personnel, that you told them that your child had fallen only 5 minutes prior to arriving at the hospital?
No.
Do you have any explanation for why that notation would have been contained within the hospital records of your child?
Objection, Your Honor. The cause for this was to speculate about why a record would say something. I mean, he can question the maker of the record about that.
Mr. Gannon, what's your response to that?
My response is he can answer the question if he has any reason to know why anybody would do that. He can say no or yes, Your Honor.
I'll allow him to answer the question.
Repeat it.
Do you know any reason why the hospital records of your son at the hospital would have a notation saying that you had said that?
Yes.
Why would it say that?
Because she told the officer that. So that's what she told me.
Confuse you with her?
No, but she told me and the officer that, so that's what I was told.
Did you also tell Lieutenant Allen that the child had failed?
Yes.
You did tell him.
After she told me.
Now, on the night the day of Sunday when this event occurred, you testified about how y'all woke up in the morning, correct?
Correct.
And then y'all were all together for a bit. You said you put JD on your chest, correct?
Correct.
And I don't know how long that would be, but I assume if you're like most folks, you do that, but you don't last a long, long time. Was that just for a short period of time they laid on your chest?
Yeah, a short period of time.
And you said that y'all discussed a few things and then ordered some pizza, correct?
Correct.
So we can know the time frame for that would have had to have been getting close to 11:30, 12 o'clock, correct?
Correct.
Because we know that you left to go get the pizza sometime like that right before 12, correct?
Correct.
And I assume you had enough time to feel like that order would be filled when you got there, right?
Correct.
And you also said one other thing, that you had talked about it, and then you ordered the pizza, and then y'all went and got up and took a shower together, correct?
Correct.
So that would have been before you went to get the pizza, you took a shower, correct?
Correct.
But after you ordered the pizza, right?
Yes.
So the time that it took to take a shower would have been time that the pizza could be prepared, correct?
Correct.
So ATS asks, do we know how exactly she hurt him, or just that his head was cracked? So no, we don't know what exactly she used to hit him, because when the GBI crime scene investigator arrived, there was no visible blood anywhere. So, and he learned that Julian, who is testifying right now, had taken out the trash just prior to leaving for Walmart and the Pizza Hut. So he checked the trash and there wasn't anything of note in there either. We don't know what exactly she used to crack his skull.
And then when you took the shower, as I understand it, you got out a little bit before she did, correct?
Correct.
You even stated that you were there with the child and you were going to tell the child bye, but you told the child bye after you were waiting on her to get out of the shower. And when she got out of the shower, then you told him bye and you left, correct?
Correct.
Now, isn't it true that once she got out of the shower that you were there holding the child and the child was crying at that time?
No.
You don't recall the time when the child was crying there that morning?
No.
You don't know anything about that?
No.
What about crying the night before on Saturday night? You know anything about the child crying Saturday night?
Supposedly he cried around 12.
But you don't know that, do you?
No, I got up like 2.
But your testimony, or at least your statements that maybe have been made to other individuals, indicate that you didn't know that the child was crying at 12 o'clock or whatever time it was, correct?
Correct.
You didn't wake up, did you?
No.
Now, when you went to bed Saturday night, you went to bed before anyone else did, didn't you?
Yeah, it was like 11.
You go to bed at 11, but that leaves Trinity and the child up, correct?
Correct.
And you had been drinking at that time, correct?
Correct.
And in fact, you were drinking a particular type of liquor, were you not?
Correct.
You were drinking rum?
Yes.
What kind of rum were you drinking?
Bamboo.
And is that the type of rum that was in the room there where Trinity lived?
Yes.
And that bottle was almost finished by the night, was it not?
I didn't buy that bottle that day.
I'm not asking you if you bought the bottle,
Yes.
but it was
Yes, it
almost
was.
finished, right?
Correct.
And that was your bottle, correct?
Correct.
In fact, Trinity doesn't drink, does she?
Yes, she does.
What does she drink?
She drank White Claws. She drank, at the time, I think she was maybe drinking margaritas.
Well, she didn't drink any of that
Oh,
rum,
sweet
did she?
Jesus.
Not that I know of.
White Claws, lock her up. Lock her up immediately. Ill.
And you testified earlier, I believe, that you did have that rum with you when you arrived on Saturday night, correct?
Correct.
And you had it with you when you arrived with the child to meet her at Chipotle, correct?
Correct.
But your statement was you didn't start drinking from it until y'all went to change the child over. Is that what
Correct.
you said?
I poured the cup on top of the car.
So that was the first time you started drinking.
Yes.
But y'all decided to go ahead and move the car seat out of your car into her car, correct?
Correct.
And move the child from your car to her car, correct?
Correct.
So y'all got in and drive to Sumter County, correct?
Correct.
But it didn't have anything to do with the fact you'd already been drinking.
I started drinking after he was out my car. I poured the cup after he was in her car.
Now, you testified, I believe, earlier that although you had never hurt the child, that you were okay with certain corporal punishment like popping him on the hand, correct?
Correct.
That was all right with you.
Correct.
And so it was all right with you if Trinity would do
No.
that as well?
No.
Yes, you.
No, correct.
And I'm not saying you were abusing the child by doing that, but if
No.
he did something you didn't like, you pop him on the hand and say no, I guess,
Correct.
right? That was your form of punishment.
Correct.
Now, when you went out on Saturday night and you were at Chipotle and then you ended up going to McDonald's, you acknowledged that from all accounts that your child either ate nothing or only ate a couple of French fries, correct?
He ate before he left.
Before he left, still at McDonald's, ate nothing, correct?
He ate fries.
Very few fries. You said a
Correct.
couple. When you got up on Sunday morning, do you allege that he ate anything that day?
Yes, he was eating Fritos when I left. I was going to get pizza.
So you believe he was actually eating Fritos?
Yeah, he was.
So that should show up in his stomach contents if they
Correct.
check
It was all
on
over my.
Objection, Your Honor, requires witness to speculate about something that he couldn't possibly know the medical answer to.
Not a medical question, Your Honor.
Well, if you can lay the basis for his knowledge, I'll let you ask him. Otherwise, I think that would probably be left to the
Mr. Williams, or have you watched people eat in the past in your lifetime?
Yes.
Have you watched your child eat in the past?
Yes.
Have you watched yourself eat?
Yes.
And when you ingest food, does it normally go into your mouth?
Correct.
Where does it go after it goes from your mouth?
Stomach.
And you would expect if someone was eating, would you not, for the contents of what they were eating to end up in the person's stomach, correct?
Correct. It was all over my shirt. I still got a shirt at the house.
Well, the shirt you say he threw up on, correct?
Correct. Shirt and jacket.
Now, that shirt and jacket, did the Georgia Bureau of Investigation take that shirt and jacket into evidence?
No, it's still sitting at the end of my bed. Never been washed.
Did they ever ask you anything about it?
No.
On the day when you were at the hospital, did the GBI ask you anything about this supposed stuff that's on your coat and shirt?
No, they didn't ask.
No one has asked you, have they?
No.
Now, did the Georgia Bureau of Investigation interview you?
Correct.
Do people need to ask about vomit? If he came into the emergency room and he told medical personnel that the child vomited, and there is indeed vomit that they can see and smell on the jacket and his shirt, why would they question him about that?
Once.
Correct.
Now, beyond interviewing you, they interviewed your sister, I believe, did they?
Correct.
Did they interview any of your friends, to your knowledge?
No, not my
Anyone
knowledge.
that lives around you in Bainbridge?
I don't stand Bainbridge, I stay in Cockle.
In Coppin, I'm sorry. You work in Bainbridge.
Correct.
Anybody in Coppin?
No.
To your knowledge, they do any background check on you at all other than just questioning you?
Not to my knowledge.
Now, when you talked about the phone call with your sister, that was a nurse then saying whatever she said, and Trinity deciding to go call her mother. At that time, Trinity was there just with you, correct?
Yes, and her hall manager, them just sitting in the lobby.
Now, there were people there with you, though, wasn't
Yes, my sister and cousin, and both of my cousins got there.
Right. You had, I believe, Cecil Grant, A.J. Grant, your sister, and a friend all with you, right?
Yes.
So here you are with a child that something bad has happened to. You're talking to your nurse sister on the phone. You're surrounded by some friends and family. And she makes that statement, but Trinity is all by herself, correct?
Correct.
So it's sort of reasonable for her to want to call her mama and be around somebody as well, correct?
As well, yes.
That wasn't unusual, was it?
No. But the reaction was.
There you go. Get that in,
Now,
buddy.
you said you didn't hear the child, your child, crying in the night before, but you are aware that people in the dorm claim that the child was crying during the night, aren't you?
Yes.
And you were told by Trinity that the child fell off the bed, were you not?
No.
You're claiming you didn't know that?
No.
Now, your child at times, JD at times, would have a mark on one of his cheeks, would he not, from some type of rash that he had from time to time?
Eczema.
Eczema. And that was something that would come up and be red looking or something of that nature?
Yes, like light red.
Sometimes it almost like a bruise, correct?
No, never looked like a bruise.
It'd be a noticeable mark on the face, though, correct?
Yes. It usually comes and goes away the same day,
Right.
within
And
hours.
you'd have that from time to time, correct?
Time to time.
Now, on the night before the hospital of Sunday, you'll acknowledge that Trinity is the one that bathed your child that night.
Correct.
And Trinity is the one that put the clothes on the child to go to bed, correct?
Correct.
And Trinity even did the child's hair that night, correct?
Yes. After my sister did it the same day, she was just fixing it.
But it wasn't unusual for Trinity to do those type of things, was it?
Correct.
Nate says, what were her exact words? Someone is going to jail. I think what the exact words were is someone's going to be charged with murder. Hey, Broken Justice. Good to see you, babe.
And I hear you correctly that when you got the call from Trinity about that you said you couldn't understand, there were 2 calls in a row, that you fast walked back into the hallway into the dorm.
Correct.
I assume when you say fast walking, you mean almost like you see somebody that's exercising and really going
Yeah,
fast.
speed walking.
Now, the night before this occurred and in the morning, isn't it true that Trinity had been telling you that she just really wasn't ready to deal with this whole situation with the child and you, and she wanted you just to go back and it was time to break up?
No.
You weren't upset about that morning?
No.
You weren't hungover that morning?
No.
Those things weren't playing into your mind and things that were going on at the
No.
time of that morning?
No.
How far is it to the pizza place from your dorm?
I don't got no dorm.
Well, her dorm, I'm sorry.
What, 10 minutes? Maybe?
It's here in Americus?
Correct.
That's all the questions I have, yeah.
Mr. Lamb, do you have any cross-examination or further direct?
I do.
I think he's quite irritated with this guy, Justified. I agree. And I think it's because, you know, he was, this is, I mean, he's been deposed by this guy. And he's aware of the route that the defense is planning to take. And the fact of the matter is, if he did it, then why didn't Trinity just say that in the first place? Yeah, it did. Broken Justice. Those text messages were for all of it. Yeah, it painted a horrible picture. Come on, bro, get up here and ask your question already. Oh, for the love of Pete.
Coming to court and all that, is that right?
Yes, sir.
The other day. I met with you the other day to ask you some questions and talk to you about testimony and coming to court and all that. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
When we were talking, I asked you, if you recall, do you recall me asking you, well, what were you talking about when you told the GBI interviewer, when you told her that you were aware that there was a mark on his cheek?
Yes, he has eczema.
Yeah, that you were aware that there was a mark on the cheek, but it wasn't a bruise.
No,
Is that
correct.
right?
Correct.
And in fact, when I met with you, do you recall me showing you a photograph from it was actually taken at the autopsy?
Correct.
And I, what did it was a mark that was on his right cheek. What did that? Do you recall what I asked you about that mark?
There was a bruise.
Okay. Do you recall me asking you if it had been there before?
Yes, I remember you saying that.
I remember that movie too, and I think of it too. It's Where the Heart Is. Neat. Every time I hear Americus, I think the same thing.
Is that the mark you were referring to when
No,
you
sir.
told him you knew he had a mark on his face?
No, sir.
Had you seen that mark on his face before?
No, sir.
When the eczema appears, I want to show you 22 and State Exhibits 22 and 23. You remember you sent me some videos, is that right?
Correct.
And I'm going to represent you that these are just screenshots from the videos, okay? Do you
Correct.
recognize the photographs 22 and 23?
Yes.
And do you recognize those being from videos that you had taken on your phone?
Yes.
Okay. So on Stage 22, is there a portion of his face that shows one version of the eczema, what it sometimes looks like?
Yes.
And where is that on here?
Right there.
Okay, you're pointing to his left cheek?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I would tender Stage 22 at this time.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Submitted without objection.
Okay. So what you're pointing to his left cheek is sort of a white, patchy-looking area on his
Yes. It's
cheek.
dry
Is that
skin.
right?
Yes, dry skin.
Okay, dry skin. All right. And then the other sort of manifestation of eczema when it appeared on his face was what?
Eczema.
You know, what did it look like? If it wasn't the white, patchy...
It's like a little light bright red.
Okay. All right. And is that what's shown in State's Exhibit 23?
Yes.
Tender State's Exhibit 23 at this time.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Submitted without objection.
Okay. And Your Honor, I'm not going to put these up there, but if I just have a moment to point to the jury, can you come over here and if he's got
He can sit down,
points
yes.
to it? Okay. Right. Will you point for the jury what you're talking about on this picture of him as a baby, where you were talking about the eczema showing up? Okay. And that's the dry skin.
skin.
Okay. All right. And then the other version of that sometimes showed up. You point to it over there. Okay. Like the little red dots or whatever up on sort of rosy cheeks with the red dots?
Yes.
Okay. Was that something, you can go back up there, was that something that was ordinary
Yes.
for him? Did it ever develop into anything else? Did it ever develop beyond that in any way?
No.
When you left to go to Pizza Hut, I'm sorry, when you left to go to Walmart and Pizza Hut from the dorm, were there any marks on this child's face?
No.
Were there any bruises on his forehead?
No.
Were there any bruises on his cheeks?
No, sir.
Could he sit up
Yes.
and have some motor skills? I mean,
Yes.
was he able to hold and use his cup in a normal fashion?
Yes, he was drinking his cup. And feeding himself.
When you got to the hospital, how long was it, if you remember, before Miss Poague got there?
5-10 minutes.
When she got there, did you have any opportunity to talk to her? When she initially got there, when she first got there, did you have any opportunity to talk to her before either of you talked to the police?
No.
Or talk to the you said security guard, who was an off-duty policeman, before you
Correct.
talked to him? Did you have an opportunity to talk to her at the hospital?
No.
When was when was the first time that you heard this version that he fell out of a chair?
When she got there and told the officer that.
And that was Alan.
Correct.
Same officer you were talking to.
Correct.
in terms of this relationship with Trinity Poague than she was with you?
No.
I mean, the sort of wanting to stay in each other's social media and keep up with each other, was that kind of a two-way street?
Yes.
All right, y'all. There's like, this is just, he brought up some points on the cross, and he's just getting the redirect is just to, further clarify them. I think you guys get the gist. So tomorrow we're going to listen to the roommate and some other people, and then we'll go from there. The trial will be over tomorrow, and then it'll be, in the hands of the jury. And I think it'll be quite a quick verdict. So, yeah. But I want to thank you guys all very, very much for being here tonight. I appreciate it so much. If you have not done so, do me a favor and give your girl a thumbs up. All right. You guys have a great rest of your night. And I will see you guys back here tomorrow night. We'll continue with this trial. All right. Good night, y'all. Bye.